Hey, so while the sun outside is going insane and changing my exposure left and right, I am actually broadcasting live using a Heil PR-40, which is a nice XLR connected professional microphone that I'm currently hand holding. Yes, I know. If you watch the Roundtable, Podcasters Roundtable, you'll often see me hand holding an ATR 2100 microphone, which looks like this, and it's easy to use because it is USB. However, I like to record audio into audio recorders, professional audio recorders that have XLR mic connections. And let me dial down the exposure here. It's going to drive me crazy. The sun is just full blast. All right, and so like I said, I like to record into audio recorders that you can connect professional microphones, like XLR connected microphones to. And I had a thought because I realized some time ago that the Tascam DR-60D, which is all hooked up because it is powering this setup right there, you can do this really interesting thing. First of all, it's awesome. I wanted to see if it could push a Heil PR-40. My battery's low, so if it runs out, that's what happened. But I want to see if it could push the Heil, which traditionally takes a lot of gain. So the farther you have to push that gain, the less clean your signal is likely to be, because you're going to introduce some noise from the recorder or from the environment. But I have this on, let's see, we are on currently, let's go to the quick setting. The gain level is on high, so the highest gain level that the Tascam DR-60D has. And but the trim, which is the gain knob, which you can adjust beyond just the gain input. There's two levels of gain setting, basically, is what I'm saying. So the first one is at, like I said, at high, and then I'm only at just above, almost at 10 o'clock, really, just above 9 o'clock on the trim, or what would be like maybe just past 3. So basically it's only 20% up. The trim knob is only 20% up on the high setting, which is good because, oh man, I'm gonna have to put some auto exposure on this or something. Let's go aperture priority and see if it'll adjust for me. I'm using webcam settings app to control my beautiful, what is this, C920 camera, but with the cloud cover that is coming in and out, it's really causing an issue with exposure here, as you can see. So I don't know, that it doesn't seem to be adjusting automatically, so I'm gonna go back to manual mode and suffer through it a little bit. But anyways, so what was I saying here? I was checking my gain settings, right? So this provides phantom power to power the microphone, and I'm recording my mic into channel 1, and I'm actually bringing, if there was anyone else here, I would be bringing that Hangout audio into the recorder, okay, on channel 2. So you've got 2 separated channels of audio that I can use and that I can process in post-production if I want, or I can mix them together and ship it out. But here's the clever thing. So I'm recording it here in studio using my Heil PR-40, getting really nice high quality audio for maybe like an audio podcast. And as I said, I'm capturing the Google Plus audio. If there was someone else here talking, I would be capturing that. But I'm sending my audio at the same time. I'm sending the PR-40 to the Google Hangout On-Air so that you can hear it. So I can use it as my microphone. So I'm using this, I'm interfacing with the computer with this thing while recording, which is amazing. Most recorders do not do this. And the trick is that this has multiple outputs, essentially. It has a headphone jack, a line out, which I'm actually using to monitor the audio right now because I can hear the total mix in the line out, and I really like it for everything I monitor because it's a cleaner sound. And it also has a camera out. So you've really got 3 different ways you could theoretically plug something in here and push audio out of it. But I'm using the phones out because through that output, you can select what channels going into the DR-60D go out. So I'm only sending out the Heil PR-40. So that allows me to, basically, I'm doing a mix minus. This is a mixer with essentially an aux out, the way I'm using it, which is It's pretty amazing. Especially this thing is like 169 bucks. So I've got clean preamps powering my Heil PR-40, enough juice to push it cleanly, and I'm recording separate track audio, right, while I'm capturing it, and I'm pushing it back out my channel only to the Google Plus Hangout Air. So essentially it's an audio interface. So this is kind of a convoluted setup of wires going everywhere, but it's no different than if you had like a mixer. So again, the Tascam DR-60D has got audio from the Hangout coming in on the top there and my headphone jack on the bottom. And then you've got my microphone and the Google Plus Hangout, and all of it again being sent out. Only my channel is being sent out to the Hangout On-Air, which is pretty amazing. So this is a test. I wanted to see if it would work because I had a hunch, and it seems to be working great. Now I will say I'm also going into an iMic. So the audio is plugged in, just a 3.5 millimeter cable. Y cable is coming out of the computer, basically just like your headphone jack and your microphone input. But I use the iMic by Griffin, and it allows you those analog 3.5 millimeter inputs, but then those go into the computer via USB, and it's a nice clean sound that I get out of it. You could get the same results from just going into your computer via the line in and the mic in and the headphone out. It's worth experimenting. But if you're finding you're not getting, if that doesn't work, maybe you have a newer Mac and you don't actually have a microphone in, or it's a dual jack and you just don't have the ability to interface it because you only have one. There are adapters, whatever. This makes it really easy to give you those analog connections. So I just mentioned it because I am also using that in this setup. And I do have a ground loop isolator in the chain because sometimes coming out of the computer, I pick up a ground loop, but that's actually sending audio out. So it's really just a little extra level of protection that I may or may not need. I'm using it because I have it. So that's the setup, mix minus, recording in studio, $169 currently for the Tascam DR-60D, pushing the Heil. I have to hear the results. This is on studio mode in Google Hangouts On-Air, which gives better audio, and I can't monitor my levels, which drives me crazy. I'm monitoring my levels in the recording, the raw recording that I'm getting here in studio, but I can't tell, and the meters on the Google Plus Hangout, they're bad. So, you know, if I went by those meters, it almost looks like I'm peaking, but I did a brief test before I hit start broadcast, and I think it's good. So I'm going to listen back to this. Hopefully, well, this was a test for me. Hopefully you enjoyed it, because I think I'll probably just leave this out there for you to consume, and you can ask questions. All right, I will see you next time.